Hello and welcome to another Minute with Marshall podcast. I'm Macy Kessler with the Corporate Communications team, and I'm here with our President and CEO, Ryan Marshall.
Thanks, Macy. I appreciate the opportunity to share a few thoughts with our employees today.
Well, thanks for being here, Ryan. So let's get right down to it. How was PulteGroup's first quarter operating performance?
We had an excellent quarter, and I've got to tell you, Macy, I am very pleased with how the company performed in the first quarter. And just touching on a few of the details, we closed over 4,600 homes, which is very comparable to what we did in the first quarter of last year. We were very profitable as well. We made $166 million of net income. That's after we paid Uncle Sam their share of taxes. And what that translates into is about 59 cents per share of income for every outstanding share of stock that we have. Just looking quickly at the sales side, it was a great sales environment for the company in the first quarter. We sold 6,500 new homes, which is lower than what we did in the same quarter last year. But if you remember, the first quarter of last year was arguably one of the best selling environments that we'd seen in housing in probably the last decade. So it was against a comparable number that was frankly a very, very high bar. So just kind of in summary on the first quarter performance, Macy, I'm thrilled. All of the things that we delivered were ahead of the expectations of Wall Street. And so, the overall reaction was quite favorable today. And for that, I think we're thrilled and our shareholders are thrilled as well.
So on the earnings call, you talked a lot about the current state of the housing industry. Can you share your thoughts on this with employees?
We're in a good economic time right now, and that is a continuation of, frankly, where the country and the industry has been for the last 2 or 3 years. Specific to housing, we're in the normal seasonal upswing that we typically see. January tends to be, the first kind of strong month after the holiday season, and then it just continues to build a little stronger in February, a little stronger again in March, and we saw that in our business as well. So that's all kind of proceeding about the way that we would have expected. In addition to that, the economy continues to be quite robust. We've got low unemployment, wage growth continues to see some gains, which is helping with the affordability challenge that we've seen in housing. And then probably the biggest thing has been interest rates. Interest rates have come from a high of almost 5% last year back down to around 4% today. And so a healthy economy, lower interest rates, all translating into better affordability is creating for a nice spring selling environment for all of housing, but specifically for PulteGroup.
And just diving a little bit deeper into that, as you mentioned, mortgage rates have fallen over the past few months. Do you think that's helping consumers?
I think it's helping consumers in two ways, in real terms, but also in perceived terms. As I mentioned a minute ago, interest rates have come from a high of 5% down to 4%. Well, that has a real impact in terms of the payment that a customer has to pay for a new home. And the fact that we've gotten some real relief there is meaningful. Probably just as important and maybe more important is the psychological impact that this has had on buyers, where the consumer confidence that now is a good time to buy because the interest rates are lower than what they were and it's more affordable. I think all of those things combining into a healthy dynamic for buyers.
And now also on the call, you talked about a large land purchase in Las Vegas. Can you tell us more about the deal and what makes it so special?
Yeah, Macy, I'm very excited about this. This is a land transaction that we've been working on for the last 3 or so months, and we've acquired the assets of American West. And American West is a builder that has operated in Vegas for quite some time. And the thing that makes this transaction so special is we've acquired about 1,100 lots that are in open and active communities today. And so these are communities that have models they've been selling, and we're going to basically take them over, which will provide us some real near-term business, which we're excited about. The other piece of it is we have options on about 2,300 lots into the future, and we're going to continue to have an ongoing relationship and partnership with the former owner of American West, who will continue to entitle and help us develop land that we'll take down on rolling options over the course of the next 2 to 3 years. We really like the price point that these lots will allow us to be at in Las Vegas. And it happens to be in a part of the Las Vegas market where we weren't previously selling. And so Las Vegas is a market that we like quite a bit. There's great jobs there. Our existing business that we've had under the Pulte and Del Webb brand have doing very well. And so we think this gives us a nice new location within Las Vegas. We like the brand. We've got several new employees that are going to join us. So just a number of things here that we think are really favorable as part of this transaction.
So can you speak to how this purchase of American West is going to be integrated as part of our company?
Yeah, so we're in the process now of working through that integration, and our West area team, led by Scott Wright and our division president in Las Vegas, Ryan Breen, they're right in the thick of working through the integration. But maybe just a few details that I'll share with you. Ryan Breen and the Las Vegas team will continue to run the entire market. Our plan for kind of the near term is to continue to use the American West brand. They've really got effective marketing. They've got a following in Las Vegas. As I mentioned, this particular part of Las Vegas, which is in the southwest part of town, American West has been the market leader, and so we think there's some real advantages in continuing to operate and sell under that brand.
And for employees of American West who are now joining Pulte Group, what is it that you want to say to them?
I want to say welcome to the Pulte family. We're thrilled that you're here. I think our reputation in Vegas has historically been very strong. The Las Vegas team has got a great culture. The division there stands for quality and customer satisfaction. And so we're excited to have the American West employees be part of our family, and welcome to the team.
And now for all employees, what should the focus be on as we look towards the spring selling season?
Yeah, Macy, it's a great question, and it's one that I'm glad you asked, and it's hard for me to boil things down to one thing, but if you back me into the corner and I have to say one thing, I would tell you that we need to stay operationally sharp. The market's good, as I highlighted a minute ago, but nothing is easy about it, and so it's a great opportunity for us to remind ourselves that we need to pay attention to how we're priced, how we're marketing, how do our model parks look, how do our job sites look, all of the things that have an impact on the psyche and the attitude of the buyer when they come into our community, the way that we treat them, the way that we greet them, all of those things when a customer is making the biggest purchase of their life really weighs on that decision. And so I think we've got a great opportunity to stay operationally sharp. I was in Texas a couple of weeks ago with some of the Texas teams, and a couple of the divisions in particular in San Antonio and Houston. I had an opportunity to get out into the field and look at some of our models, look at some of our production, and I got to tell you, I was impressed. And I haven't been to every single division in the last couple of weeks, but based on the few that I was at over the last 2 weeks, I think we're in a great spot. Our employees are just doing a fantastic job building high quality homes and taking care of our customers, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud to say that I work for Pulte Group.
Well, that's a great note to end it on right there. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next podcast on Pulte Pride.